By the White House, Trump's helps with the chair again.
Vision, a bold vision.
He's got to be doing it on purpose, right? Like, there's no shot.
Countries that might be amenable and are amenable to accepting Palestinians of their free choice if they choose to go there. And I think that's the second thing. But the hostages came right on top. We also discussed the situation in Syria. We've had neighborly relations with Turkey that have deteriorated, and we don't want to see Syria being used by anyone, including Turkey, as a base for attack in Israel. Turkey is a country that has a great relationship with the United States. The president has a relationship with the leader of Turkey. We discussed how we can avoid this conflict in a variety of ways, and I think we can't have a better interlocutor than the President of the United States for this purpose. And of course, we also discussed Iran. Look, we're both united in the goal that Iran does not ever get nuclear weapons. If it could be done diplomatically in a full way, the way it was done in Libya, I think that would be a good thing. But whatever happens, we have to make sure that Iran does not have nuclear weapons. That's the end of my speech.
Mr. President, we're having direct talks with.
I can't stand how arrogant Israel is overall, and especially Benjamin Netanyahu is. There's no way people look at this and think like, no, this is valid. Actually, like if I'm a random dude in Arkansas and already have like anti-Semitism in my mind, and I see shit like this, I see Donald Trump putting the chair up for Benjamin Netanyahu. I see Donald Trump making my 401k scream, and then turn around and glad handle Benjamin Netanyahu as he just sits there in the most entitled, arrogant fashion and be like, yes, we are going to do a very important deals, like we can bomb whoever we want, all this shit. I'm telling you, there's no way, there's no return from that.
Ripped off and taken advantage of by many countries over the years, and can't do it anymore. We just can't do it anymore. We can't be the stupid people anymore. That's where we are. And with that, any questions?
Would you be open to a pause in tariffs to allow for negotiations?
Well, we're not looking at that. We have many countries that are coming to negotiate deals with us, and they're going to be fair deals. And in certain cases, they're going to be paying substantial tariffs. There'll be fair deals. As you know, I spoke this morning with the Prime Minister of Japan, and we had a very good conversation. They're coming. And I said, one thing, you're going to have to open up your country, because we sold no cars, like 0 cars in Japan, and they sold millions of cars into our country. They don't really take our agriculture, a little bit of it just to keep us slightly happy, but they don't take what they're supposed to be taking. So we have a great relationship with Japan. We're going to keep it that way, but they're coming in to meet, and other countries are coming in. With China, as you know, against my statement, they put a 34% tariff on above what their ridiculous tariffs were already. And I said, if that tariff isn't removed by tomorrow at 12 o'clock, we're putting a 50% tariff on above the tariffs that we put on. So they've gone for years. They've become a rich country because of people, again, that were in the White House that allowed this to happen. Hundreds of billions of dollars a year they'd make on us on trade, and it shouldn't be that way. And I have a great relationship with President Xi. I hope it's going to stay that way. I have great respect for China, but they can't do this. We're going to have one shot at this, and no other president's going to do this, what I'm doing. And I'll tell you what, it's an honor to do it, because we have been just destroyed, what they've done to our system. You know, we have $36 trillion of debt for a reason. And the reason is that people allowed it to get that way. So we'll be talking to China. We'll be talking to a lot of different countries. And I think, you know, if we can make a really fair deal and a good deal for the United States, not a good deal for others. This is America first. It's now America first. And we didn't put America first. We put America last. The people that were in the Oval Office put America last, and we're not going to stand for it.
He's actively destroying the country. He's actively destroying the global economy. He's destroying everything. He is literally, dude, look, I am not a spiritual person at all. But you got the fucking 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. You have pestilence, RFK Jr., bringing back measles like it was, like it fell out of fashion, and the trend has created it once again. It's fashionable again, okay? You got Donald Trump, a false presenter of Christendom, destroying the global economy for no discernible reason, for no real reason. I'm fucking the economy because I'm bored. That's what he's doing. And also simultaneously undermining the remaining protections that average citizens have against government overreach. Destroying it. It's end time shit. What are we doing? How do all these evangelicals not recognize that this is like real end time shit?
So there are a lot of things outside of tariffs, but tariffs are very important. But there are a lot of things like opening up countries that were totally closed. China's essentially a closed country. In fact, it is a closed country. And what they do is they charge tariffs so that if you sell cars...
Every day I think to myself that this is going to recover because there's too much vested interest, that like the Fed is going to bail them out. But like even if they lowered interest rates, I don't even know if you could bail them out in this process. Like he is accelerating a recession in an effort. Let's say he's trying to trigger a recession with the hopes that the Fed will bail him out. Let's say that that's the goal here, because that I feel like that's like that's one of the things that that he could be trying to do. But even then, like what do you do? What do you do in that process? Like that's not gonna work. It doesn't make sense. Wait, what the hell? The video broke. Now the video broke. Oh my God, the video broke. Are you kidding me? Oh my God, nothing works, dude. Nothing works. My microphone didn't work when I first started. Nothing is working. Oh my God. Oh my God. The Chinese beam hit it.
We have a great military. There's no military like our military. And despite Biden having given a lot, but nevertheless a pretty small piece, but it was a lot of our military away in Afghanistan, and one of the dumbest situations, I think, and maybe the most embarrassing situation.
It was Biden that was dumb. You, sir, are brilliant. Thank you. Thank you for the $1 billion in defense of Israel's genocide by bombing the poorest nation on the planet. You are so sick. Is this recent? It's live.
Where they're parading trucks that are armor plated.
Yeah, the Houthis are hurting, dude. Far from being cowed by U.S. airstrikes, Yemen's Houthis may be relishing them.
We have a tremendous
it's so good, Mr. President. Please keep bombing Yemen, and also please keep bombing the financial markets. You're doing so well, Mr. President. You're a special boy.
Essentially approved a budget which is in the facility.
It would be so funny if after all of this, he removed only Israel's tariffs. That would be fucking amazing. Donald Trump literally is just like, Donald Trump does not care. He is actively trying to make everyone go, oh, okay, I guess Israel, the Jewish state, is in control of America. Never mind. The relationship is not the other way around. He's just like, yeah, that's right. I'm doing this. They're powerful money people. That's why I'm doing it. I'm revoking the tariffs.
It had nothing to do with
only on Israel.
And they had $100 in the bank, and they give her $2 billion. Many of those cases, all that stuff is going to be cut out. But we are getting a very
Ekonomi bu kadar kötü gitmesinin nedeni nasıl kapitalistlere bağladın? Abi kime bağlayayım? Nasıl kime bağlayayım? Kim şu anda? Kapitalist değil mi Donald Trump? Salak mısın?
Anything that we have ordered, and it's in many ways too bad that we have to do it, because hopefully we're not going to have to use it. But the military is very powerful, and it's going to remain that way. Yes, Green?
Thank you, Mr. President. I want to ask you about Iran, because this is the first time we hear that the U.S. is having an arranged contact with Iran.
I think I'm gonna... By the way, I've never read this book personally, but I've seen it be recommended quite a bit. And obviously, like, I've read pieces from this book, but it's beginning to feel a lot like this in the United States of America. And I might have to go back on my old ways and maybe read a goddamn book for once. because a lot of the things that Donald Trump is doing, because like the USSR was obviously forced to be dissolved, right? But there was a lot of spectacular failures along the way that led to the collapse. This book goes into that directly.